Hey everyone. Well, it's Valentine's evening, Thursday, February 14th. It was a great day. We worked really hard and passed out lots of gifts. Just want to thank everyone for all the nice things that you have given me. It's so much appreciative, and just thank you so much. You guys are amazing. All right, tonight's homework, and it was something that you were able to do in class if you had the opportunity. So if you did your work, you had a chance. And if you didn't, then we're working on it now. All right, so we did this first one in class. And here, you see where I have these flaps, and I just wanted to go ahead and review. We have one flap here, because this is where that would fold. And then I have the second flap, so third flap and fourth flap. Okay, and when we were doing it in class, we had said, because we were looking for volume, that these flaps are actually the height of the box. Okay, so flaps are, I'm just going to write this in so that you can see it. And then we created a box. Flaps are the height. So the number of layers we have is going to be the height of the box. And this part here is the area or the base, which is underneath. We can't see it, it's underneath that. So this is going to be the area or the base. So the instructions this evening is just to go ahead and get some colored pencils. And I want you to draw up, not draw, but color out. And so I'm going to use the same colors that I used today in class to let you know so that I can use my example just in case you didn't take yours. And I'm going to shade this part in. This is the area of the base. Okay, so remember that when I did my box here, this was the area and the base, and that's what I just covered. That's the bottom area or the base. That's the bottom part. Now I'm going to take this here to the side, because when I turn it in, that's still right here. I can think of it as here. If I had this all, if I highlighted the lines, you can still see, there's a glare there. You can see that I still have my area and my base. So, I mean, my base or the area, which is the same. And I'm going to shade this in so that you can see. I'm not doing a really good job at shading, but I just want to kind of get you the idea so that you can see that. And then maybe we should have done that on the opposite so you would have had it in the middle too. All right, so we have this here. Now, this is a 3 by 4, just like an array when we're doing multiplications. So I have 1, 2, 3 columns, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. And so this makes it a 3 by 4. Now earlier we had made a prediction, and someone in class had mentioned 18, that it was going to be 18 cubic units, and we were just guessing, making a prediction. All right, well now, when I find my volume, volume equals length times width, which is, I'm going to put that in parentheses, which is going to be the area or base, and you're going to see both. You're going to see it both on a quiz, or even on Star, they put BH for base. So thinking that it is the length times the width times height, and this is how tall it is. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in my numbers. My length times my width, I have a 3 times 4, and that equals 12. I did that here. Times, now I'm going to look over here back to my picture, and I see that if my flaps give me the height of the box, this is what I put together. I'm going to take these two, because this is where I'm at here, and we're just looking at the side view, just like we did the side view here. Actually, I'll turn it this way so you can see it. Okay, so this is the same box that we created, but now we have it with something that we can hold. So I have taking my inner flap, the inside, I'm going to shade that one pink. That is going to be my first layer. And we built those today in class. And it's going all the way around. Just like this box that we built in class, this was my first layer that goes all the way around. And so I have this here, this is this flap here, and then this is the side flap that's right here. This is the front flap that I see here, which also is here. Let's see if I can see it, which is also going to be here. So do you see the connection? Then I'm going to have my side flap, the side one here, which continues the first layer. Okay, now I have the second one, and I'm going to color that one yellow. So that's this flap right here. Now I'm going to come across here, which is the one in the front, right here. The one on the side is right here. And the one on the back is right here. So when we cut it out and we fold it, this is what we got. So this flap here, because you can picture it if you've either folded up or folded out. But this is the yellow, because this is the second row. That goes around. Now when we were talking about the length, we said that the first part is the length, the width, and then this is the height. Please make sure that you label this first before you do anything else. Keeps the confusion down, and it helps organize your thinking. Now we said that we were going to count because we needed to find out what the base is first. So I needed to count 1, 2, 3. So the length of this is 3 units, 3 cubic units. The width of it is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 4 cubic units. So if you look over here, did we do this here? Length times width. So 3 times 4 is 12. Now I'm looking at my height. How tall is this? Well, it's 2 layers tall. I have 1 layer and I have 2 layers. So I have a 2, or I can put my 2 over here. Oops. Let me go ahead and erase this part. H equals 2. Okay? And so now I'm going to have my 12, which is my area, times my 2, and that gives me 24. And since we don't know the measurement, we say it's in cubic units. So it would take 24 cubes, I have to look for my little cube, to fill this box up. So if here this is 12, that's the first layer. To put another layer on top would be another 12. So I have 12 times 2 of the layers of it is 24. All right, let's do the next one. At any time you need to do it, go ahead and pause. Now I'm going to go ahead and outline. I'm going to get my black pencil. And I'm going to outline my area first so that, oh, it's actually blue. Okay, that works out. Outline my area. I measure out where my flaps are at, and I see I have a flap here, flap, flap, and flap. So here's my area. And I'm going to shade that in. I'm going to keep using the same color. So I'm going to use my light blue for my area. And this is an array, so if you take a look at it, that is an array, and that array is a 3 by 3. Then I'm going to take my first row. So here, here, this one here, and this one. And I'm going to color that one. I'll stick with my pink then. If you want to switch colors, that's fine. Just these are the colors that I have right now. So I'm going to just color in the first layer the pink. Okay. Now I'm going to color in the second layer. I'm going with my yellow because this was my second. So if you notice, on this particular shape, we actually added another layer to it. But it also has a different base. So the area is not going to be the same. And the next one, I'm going to add in, I'm going to color in my third layer. Okay, and there we go. Now if I take this box and I moved it over here, same concept. This would be my first layer, my second layer, and then I would have my third. So I'm going to shade in my first layer. Bring this around because we have this face here, then we have this face here. Okay. Now I need to shade in my second layer, which is here, and that was here, one. That's the front face, one face. And then I have the second face. All right, and the third layer that I don't have on here, that I do have on this particular figure, I'm going to put here. Now, if you notice, what kind of shape is this? Can you tell just by looking at the dimensions? Yeah, it's a cube. All sides are equal. And on a cube, all the sides are equal. So I'm going to label first length, width, and height. Now I'm going to count over. I said this was a 3 by 3. So this is 1, 2, 3. And then a 1, 2, 3. So the area of it, so if I come over here, I forgot to make my prediction. Prediction. Let me say, I already know it in my head. Let me just do 18 again. I was going to say 20, but let's just do 18. Cubic units. Okay, because we're just making a guess. And the formula is volume equals length times width times height. Well, I already know my length is 3 times my width is 3. Put that in parentheses. Now I'm going to come over here, my height. This is also my height. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 layers on here. So my height is 3. So this would be times 3. So I know that the area, my base, is 9. 3 times 3 is 9. And I put that there so that you can remember that this is the area we're talking about. And I have 9 cubic units here that, because it's a 3 times 3. So do you see where we're getting that from? So I have 3 times 3 is 9 times 3, and this is because of the height. How many groups of these do we have? I have 3 of them. So my volume equals 27 cubic units. Okay? All right, let's do this next one. Well, I'm going to see my flap starts here. Bring that down. My flap's here. So I'm going to highlight this. Oops, let me get another. Here's this one here. I'm going to go all the way to the end, come back up, because that's initially where the fold would be.